Why is it that the most successful people don't talk about what they're working on? Here's the truth: the moment you tell others your plans, you risk sabotaging your own progress. Think about it. Every time you share your goals, you get a quick hit of satisfaction, almost like you've already achieved them. But that's a trap. Today, we're diving into the powerful idea of keeping your goals to yourself and letting your results do the talking. By the end of this video, you'll see why silence isn't just golden, it's transformative. Have you ever told someone your dreams or ambitions only to feel judged, doubted, or even discouraged? Maybe they gave you unsolicited advice or shared their own fears, leaving you second-guessing yourself. Or perhaps after talking about your goals, you lost motivation altogether. Here's the challenge: the more you talk, the less you do. Sharing your plans too soon can drain your drive, invite criticism, and even put unnecessary pressure on you to deliver. So how do you balance the excitement of having goals with the discipline of staying focused and quiet? 1. The science of silence. There's something deeply fascinating about the way our minds work, especially when it comes to goal setting. When you think about achieving something significant in life, a personal milestone, a career leap, or even a fitness transformation, what's the first thing most people do? They tell someone. It feels natural, right? You want to share your excitement, maybe even get a little encouragement along the way. But here's the kicker: science shows that sharing your goals might actually harm your chances of achieving them. Psychologists refer to this phenomenon as the intention-action gap. When you announce a goal, your brain releases dopamine, the same chemical that makes you feel good after accomplishing something. In essence, the simple act of sharing your intention tricks your brain into feeling like you've already made progress. That little rush of satisfaction can be addictive, but it's also deceptive. It drains the very energy and focus you need to turn your plans into reality. Let's break this down further. Imagine you decide to run a marathon. The moment you tell someone, "I'm going to run a marathon," they might respond with praise. "That's amazing, you're so disciplined." Suddenly you feel good about yourself, almost as if you've already crossed the finish line. But here's the problem: you haven't even started training yet. The sense of accomplishment you experience from just saying it can reduce your motivation to actually follow through. Now compare that to staying silent. Instead of announcing your goal, you quietly lace up your running shoes and hit the pavement. No one knows what you're up to. There's no external validation, no applause. All you have is the hard work ahead of you. But this is where the magic happens. By keeping your goal to yourself, you're channeling all your energy into action, not words. Every step you take is fueled by your internal drive, not the fleeting dopamine hit of external validation. Silence isn't just a strategy, it's a discipline. It requires you to resist the temptation to seek approval or acknowledgement. And that's tough in a world where everyone seems to be sharing everything, from their breakfast to their biggest ambitions. But here's the thing: true progress happens in the shadows. It's not about broadcasting your intentions, it's about quietly building momentum. Let's look at this from another angle. When you announce a goal, you're essentially creating an expectation for yourself and for others. That expectation can feel like pressure, especially if things don't go as planned. What if you fail? What if you change your mind? By staying silent, you eliminate that pressure. You give yourself the freedom to experiment, to fail, and to try again without the weight of external judgment. Silence also has a way of sharpening your focus. When you're not distracted by explaining your plans to others, you can fully immerse yourself in the work. Think about the last time you got lost in a task. Maybe it was writing, painting, or solving a complex problem. That state of flow, where time seems to disappear, is where real progress happens. Silence helps you get there faster by removing distractions. Another powerful aspect of staying quiet is that it fosters resilience. Let's face it, life doesn't always go as planned. There will be setbacks, obstacles, and moments of doubt. When you've shared your goal with others, those moments can feel even more daunting. You might worry about what people will think or feel embarrassed about your struggles. But when you've kept your goal to yourself, there's no one to impress, no one to disappoint. You're free to navigate the ups and downs with a clear mind and an unwavering focus. Now, you might be wondering, does this mean I should never share my goals? Not at all. There's a time and place for sharing, but it's all about timing. Share your progress, not your intentions. For example, instead of saying, I'm going to write a book, wait until you finished a chapter, or better yet, the entire manuscript. Let your results speak for themselves. When you share what you've already accomplished, you're not seeking validation, you're inspiring others. Let's talk about the ripple effect of silence. When you keep your goals private, you're not just protecting your energy, you're also cultivating a sense of self-reliance. You're learning to trust yourself, to find motivation within, and to measure success on your own terms. This inner strength is invaluable. It's what allows you to stay committed even when the road gets tough. In summary, the science of silence is clear. Talking about your goals can create the illusion of progress, while staying silent keeps you grounded in action. It's not about hiding your dreams, it's about nurturing them in a way that maximizes your chances of success. So the next time you feel the urge to announce your plans, pause and ask yourself, do I want applause or do I want results? Choose results. 2. Protecting your dreams. Let's imagine your dreams as a tiny seed. When you first plant it, it's delicate, vulnerable to the elements, to curious hands, and to the weight of footsteps. It needs time to take root, to grow stronger beneath the surface before it can push through the soil and face the world. Sharing your dreams too soon is like exposing that seed before it's ready. It's an act that can do more harm than good. When you share your dreams, you're opening them up to the opinions, judgments, and biases of others. And let's be honest, people can be harsh. They might mean well, but their words can still sting. A friend might say, that sounds too ambitious. A colleague might question, do you really think you can pull that off? Even a simple raised eyebrow can plant a seed of doubt in your mind. Here's the reality, not everyone will see your vision the way you do. And that's okay. Your dreams are yours, not theirs. But when you share them prematurely, you risk letting their skepticism or negativity infiltrate your mind. You start to second guess yourself, to wonder if maybe they're right. Over time, these doubts can erode your confidence and derail your progress. Keeping your dreams to yourself is an act of protection. It's not about secrecy, it's about creating a safe space for your ideas to grow. When your dreams are still in their infancy, they need nurturing, not scrutiny. They need time to develop into something strong and resilient, something that can withstand the inevitable challenges and setbacks. But it's not just about protecting your dreams from others, it's also about protecting them from yourself. When you share your goals, you're inviting a sense of accountability. While accountability can be a powerful motivator, it can also feel like pressure. What if you change your mind? What if your priorities shift? By keeping your goals private, you give yourself the freedom to evolve without the weight of external expectations. Another benefit of silence is that it allows you to maintain control over your narrative. When you share your dreams, you're essentially handing over a piece of your story to others. They might interpret it in ways you didn't intend, or they might share it with others without your permission. By staying quiet, you retain full ownership of your journey. You decide when, how, and with whom to share your progress. Protecting your dreams also means protecting your energy. Every time you talk about your goals, you're expending mental and emotional energy. That energy is better spent on taking action. Think of it this way, every word you speak about your dreams is a drop of water. If you're constantly talking, you'll run out of water before you've had a chance to nourish your plans. Silence ensures that your energy is directed where it matters most, into the work. And let's not forget the element of surprise. There's something incredibly powerful about letting your results speak for themselves. When you keep your goals private, you have the opportunity to amaze people with what you've accomplished. Instead of saying, I'm going to start a business, you can say, I just launched my business. Instead of saying, I'm going to write a book, you can say, my book is coming out next month. The impact is far greater when people see what you've achieved rather than hear what you intend to do. Protecting your dreams is about honoring their value. Your dreams are a reflection of your deepest aspirations, your truest self. They deserve to be treated with care and respect. By keeping them close to your heart, you're giving them the best possible chance to flourish. So the next time you feel the urge to share your dreams, pause. Take a deep breath. Remind yourself that silence isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of weakness, it's a sign of wisdom. It's not about hiding, it's about growing. And when the time is right, when your dreams are strong enough to stand on their own, they'll shine brighter than ever. Let your success be the proof. 3. The power of mystery. There's a certain magic in keeping people guessing. Think about the individuals you admire most. Whether they're leaders, artists, or innovators, you'll notice a common trait: they don't broadcast every step of their journey. They don't need to. Their actions and results speak volumes, creating an aura of mystery that draws others toward them. This isn't just coincidence, it's a deliberate strategy, and it's one you can adopt to your own advantage. Mystery has a way of sparking curiosity. When people don't know what you're up to, they can't help but wonder. What's your next move? What are you working on behind the scenes? This curiosity works in your favor. It keeps you on their radar without you having to do anything. They're intrigued, and intrigue builds respect. You're not just another person talking about what they might do, you're someone quietly doing the work. Let's break this down further. When you openly discuss your plans, you risk diluting their impact. Imagine telling everyone about a big project you're working on. You share every detail, every milestone, every challenge. By the time you actually complete the project, it's old news. The excitement has faded because you've already revealed everything. But when you keep things under wraps, the final reveal has a much greater impact. People are surprised, impressed, and genuinely interested. Mystery also protects your energy. Talking about your plans can be draining. Every time you explain yourself, you're expending mental and emotional energy that could be better spent on the work itself. By staying quiet, you conserve your energy and direct it toward what truly matters, making progress. Silence becomes a tool for focus and efficiency, allowing you to channel all your resources into achieving your goals. Here's another powerful aspect of mystery: it shields you from unnecessary criticism. When people don't know what you're working on, they can't offer opinions, good or bad. This is crucial because not all feedback is helpful, especially in the early stages of a project. Criticism, even when well-intentioned, can plant seeds of doubt or distract you from your vision. By keeping your plans private, you protect yourself from this noise. You give yourself the space to think clearly and make decisions based on your own judgment. Mystery isn't about being secretive or aloof, it's about being strategic. It's about understanding the power of timing and presentation. When you reveal something too soon, you lose control of the narrative. But when you wait until the right moment, you maximize the impact of your message. You control the story, ensuring that it aligns with your vision and goals. There's also a psychological aspect to mystery. People are naturally drawn to what they don't understand. This is why suspenseful movies and novels are so captivating. They keep us guessing and we can't look away. The same principle applies to real life. When you cultivate an air of mystery, you make yourself more interesting. People want to know more about you, but they have to earn that privilege. This dynamic shifts the balance of power in your favor. Consider this: when you're constantly sharing updates about your life or work, you're essentially giving away pieces of yourself. Over time, this can make you seem predictable or even unremarkable. But when you maintain an element of mystery, you remain dynamic and intriguing. You're not an open book, you're a puzzle. And people are naturally drawn to puzzles. Maintaining mystery also helps you stay grounded. When you're not seeking external validation, you're free to focus on your own journey. You're not comparing yourself to others or worrying about how you measure up. Instead, you're staying true to your own path, driven by your internal compass. This sense of autonomy is incredibly empowering. So how do you cultivate mystery in your own life? Start by being selective about what you share. Not every thought, plan, or achievement needs to be public knowledge. Ask yourself, does sharing this add value, or is it just feeding my ego? If it's the latter, stay quiet, let your actions do the talking. You can also embrace the power of the unexpected. Surprise people with your results instead of your intentions. Instead of saying, I'm thinking about starting a business, say, I've launched my business. Instead of saying, I'm planning to write a book, say, my book is coming out next month. The element of surprise not only enhances your credibility, but also makes your accomplishments more memorable. In the end, the power of mystery lies in its ability to create intrigue, conserve energy, and amplify your impact. It's not about hiding who you are, it's about showcasing your best self at the right time. So the next time you're tempted to share your plans, pause. Ask yourself if silence might serve you better. Remember, you don't need to announce your moves. Let your results speak for themselves. 4. The risk of overexposure. We live in a world that values transparency and openness. Social media encourages us to share everything from what we're eating to what we're planning for the future. But here's the thing, not every aspect of your life needs to be on display. In fact, overexposure can do more harm than good, especially when it comes to your goals and ambitions. When you talk about your plans, you're putting yourself under a microscope. Suddenly, your intentions are no longer private, they're public. And with that public exposure comes pressure. What if things don't go as expected? What if you encounter setbacks or decide to change direction? Instead of focusing on solving these challenges, you might find yourself preoccupied with saving face. This is one of the biggest risks of overexposure. It shifts your focus from the process to the perception. Instead of asking, what's the best way to move forward, you're asking, what will people think? This mindset is counterproductive. It distracts you from the work at hand and creates unnecessary stress. Overexposure also opens the door to criticism. When you share your plans, you're inviting opinions, and not all of them will be positive. Some people might doubt your abilities, while others might project their own fears and insecurities onto you. Even well-meaning advice can be overwhelming or discouraging if it doesn't align with your vision. By keeping your plans private, you protect yourself from this noise. Another risk of overexposure is that it can dilute your motivation. Remember the intention-action gap? Talking about your goals can create a false sense of achievement, which can reduce your drive to actually accomplish them. Overexposure amplifies this effect. The more you talk about your plans, the less energy you have to execute them. There's also a strategic reason to avoid overexposure. It helps you maintain control over your narrative. When you share too much, you're giving others the opportunity to interpret your plans in ways you didn't intend. They might misrepresent your ideas or share them with others without your consent. By staying quiet, you retain full ownership of your journey. Overexposure can even make you vulnerable to competition. When you reveal your plans, you're essentially giving others a roadmap to your goals. This might not seem like a big deal, but in a competitive environment, it can put you at a disadvantage. Silence, on the other hand, keeps your strategies and ambitions confidential. Finally, overexposure can lead to burnout. Constantly sharing updates about your progress can be exhausting. It creates a cycle of seeking validation, responding to feedback, and managing expectations, all of which take time and energy away from the actual work. So how do you avoid the risks of overexposure? The answer is simple: practice discretion. Be intentional about what you share and with whom. Ask yourself, does sharing this bring me closer to my goal, or is it just adding pressure? If it's the latter, stay silent. The freedom to experiment, fail, and learn without judgment is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. Silence isn't about hiding, it's about creating space for growth. It's about prioritizing progress over perception and results over recognition. So protect your energy, focus on the work, and let your success be the story you tell. 5. Building inner confidence. Confidence is one of the most powerful traits you can develop, but here's the thing: true confidence doesn't come from applause or approval. It doesn't come from likes, comments, or compliments. It comes from within. When you choose to keep your goals private, you give yourself the opportunity to build a kind of confidence that's unshakable confidence that's rooted in self-reliance, not the opinions of others. Let's think about this for a moment. Every time you share a goal or ambition, you're inviting feedback. Some of it might be positive and uplifting, but not all of it will be. There will be skeptics, critics, and even those who unintentionally sow seeds of doubt in your mind. When you rely on external validation, these opinions can have a significant impact on your self-esteem. One negative comment can linger in your thoughts, making you question your abilities or the worthiness of your goal. But when you keep your plans to yourself, you eliminate that noise. You're no longer seeking approval or permission from anyone. The only voice that matters is your own. This shift is transformative. It allows you to focus on what truly matters: your own belief in your ability to achieve your goals. Inner confidence is built through action, not affirmation. When you quietly work toward your goals, every small step forward reinforces your belief in yourself. You're not proving anything to anyone else, you're proving it to yourself. This kind of confidence is far more powerful than the fleeting boost you get from external validation. It's a deep, unwavering sense of self-assurance that can carry you through even the toughest challenges. There's also a psychological aspect to this. When you share your goals, you're essentially outsourcing part of your motivation. You're looking for others to cheer you on, to reassure you that you're on the right track. But what happens when that encouragement isn't there? What happens when people are too busy or uninterested to pay attention? If you've built your confidence on their support, it can crumble in their absence. Self-reliance, on the other hand, is immune to this. When you keep your goals private, you're not depending on anyone else to validate your efforts. You're driven by your own vision and determination. This independence is incredibly empowering. It allows you to stay focused and resilient no matter what's happening around you. Now let's address a common misconception: keeping your goals private doesn't mean you're isolating yourself or refusing help. It simply means you're selective about who you share your plans with and when. It's about creating a safe space where your confidence can grow without interference. Think about the people in your life who have achieved great things. Chances are they didn't broadcast their goals to the world from the start. They worked quietly, building their skills and confidence behind the scenes. When they finally revealed their success, it wasn't a surprise. It was the result of years of focused effort. This approach doesn't just build confidence, it also builds credibility. When you let your results speak for themselves, people see you as someone who delivers on their promises. You're not just someone who talks about what they're going to do, you're someone who does it. This earns you respect and trust, which are far more valuable than superficial approval. So how do you cultivate inner confidence? Start by setting small, achievable goals and keeping them to yourself. Focus on making consistent progress, no matter how minor it may seem. Celebrate your wins privately and use them as fuel to keep going. Over time, you'll find that your belief in yourself grows stronger with every step. Another key is to practice gratitude. Instead of seeking validation from others, take a moment to appreciate your own efforts. Acknowledge the hard work you've put in and the progress you've made. This simple act of self-recognition can have a profound impact on your confidence. Finally, remember that confidence is a journey, not a destination. It's something you build and strengthen over time. There will be setbacks and moments of doubt, but these are all part of the process. The important thing is to keep going, to keep believing in yourself, and to keep focusing on what you can control, your own actions and mindset. By keeping your goals to yourself, you're not just protecting them from outside interference, you're creating a fertile ground for inner confidence to grow. You're learning to trust yourself, to rely on your own judgment, and to find fulfillment in the journey, not just the destination. And when you do that, you'll find that you're capable of achieving more than you ever imagined. 6. Focus is your superpower. In today's world, focus is a rare commodity. With endless distractions vying for your attention, staying focused on your goals can feel like an uphill battle. But here's the truth: focus is your superpower. It's the secret ingredient that separates those who achieve their dreams from those who merely talk about them. And one of the best ways to cultivate this superpower is through silence. Every time you talk about your goals, you're dividing your attention. You're taking time and energy away from the actual work to explain yourself to others. While it might feel good in the moment to share your plans, this habit can be a major drain on your productivity. The more you talk, the less you do. Silence, on the other hand, helps you stay laser focused. When you keep your goals to yourself, there's no need to justify your actions or explain your decisions. You can dedicate all your energy to the work itself. This singular focus is incredibly powerful. It allows you to make consistent progress without getting sidetracked by external noise. Focus isn't just about eliminating distractions, it's about aligning your actions with your intentions. When you're clear about what you want to achieve, every decision becomes simpler. You're no longer wasting time on activities that don't serve your goals. Instead, you're channeling all your resources into the things that matter most. But focus isn't easy. It requires discipline and a strong sense of purpose. This is where silence becomes a valuable tool. When you choose not to share your goals, you're making a commitment to yourself. You're saying, this is important enough to keep private. I'm willing to put in the work without seeking approval or recognition. This mindset strengthens your resolve and keeps you on track. Another benefit of silence is that it minimizes distractions. When you share your plans, you're inviting feedback, both positive and negative. While some of this feedback might be helpful, much of it will be noise. People might offer unsolicited advice, question your decisions, or even discourage you from pursuing your goals. These distractions can take a toll on your focus and motivation. By staying quiet, you eliminate this unnecessary interference. Silence also gives you the freedom to pivot. When you're not constantly updating others about your progress, you're free to adapt and make changes as needed. This flexibility is crucial, especially when you're working on complex or long-term goals. The ability to course correct without external pressure allows you to stay aligned with your vision. Now, let's talk about the practical side of focus. One of the best ways to maintain focus is to break your goals into smaller, manageable tasks. Instead of thinking about the big picture all the time, concentrate on what you can do today. This approach not only makes your goals feel more achievable, but also helps you stay grounded in the present moment. Another key is to create a routine. Having a consistent schedule reduces decision fatigue and helps you build momentum. When you know exactly what you need to do and when, you're less likely to get distracted. This routine becomes a framework for focus, guiding you toward your goals one step at a time. Finally, remember that focus is a skill, not a talent. It's something you can develop and strengthen with practice. Start by identifying the biggest distractions in your life and finding ways to minimize them. Set boundaries, limit your exposure to social media, and create a dedicated workspace where you can concentrate without interruptions. By keeping your goals private, you're not just protecting them, you're giving yourself the gift of focus. You're creating an environment where you can work with clarity, purpose, and determination. And when you do that, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Focus truly is your superpower. Use it wisely. 7. When to speak, when to stay silent. The wisdom of knowing when to speak and when to stay silent is one of life's most valuable skills. It's not about never sharing your goals, it's about being intentional and selective. Sharing too soon can dilute your focus, while sharing strategically can amplify your results. The key is understanding the right timing and context for your words. Let's start by examining the impulse to share. Why do we feel the need to announce our goals? Often it's because we crave acknowledgement or encouragement. We want others to validate our dreams, to cheer us on. But here's the problem: when you share your goals before they're fully formed, you risk turning potential energy into mere words. Talking about your plans can create a sense of premature accomplishment, tricking your brain into feeling like the work is already done. On the other hand, when you stay silent, you harness that energy and direct it toward action. Silence becomes your secret weapon, allowing you to build momentum without distraction. But does this mean you should keep everything to yourself? Absolutely not. The secret is to share progress, not promises. When your efforts have produced tangible results, when you've achieved a milestone or overcome a significant challenge, that's the time to share. Why? Because results speak louder than intentions. They carry weight, credibility, and inspiration. Instead of saying, "I plan to write a book," wait until you've written a chapter or two. Then share your progress and the lessons you've learned along the way. This approach not only protects your energy, but also motivates others with your real-world achievements. Think about the impact of this strategy. When you share results, people see your commitment and discipline. They recognize your ability to follow through, which builds trust and respect. You're no longer someone who talks about what they're going to do, you're someone who delivers. This is a powerful way to lead by example and inspire others to take action in their own lives. Now let's talk about the flip side, when silence can be harmful. There are times when sharing your goals can be beneficial, even necessary. For example, if you're seeking guidance, accountability, or collaboration, opening up to the right people can provide valuable support. The key is to choose your audience carefully. Share your plans with those who have your best interests at heart, people who will offer constructive feedback and encouragement without judgment or negativity. It's also important to recognize that some goals require public accountability to succeed. If you're working on a team project, for instance, staying silent about your intentions can create confusion or misalignment. In these cases, transparency fosters collaboration and ensures everyone is working toward the same objective. But even in these situations, there's a way to balance speaking and staying silent. Focus on sharing what's necessary to move forward without oversharing or seeking unnecessary validation. For example, instead of announcing your ultimate goal to the world, discuss the specific steps you're taking to achieve it with those who need to know. This targeted communication keeps you accountable while preserving your energy and focus. Timing is another critical factor. Sharing too early can expose your plans to doubt or criticism, while waiting too long can isolate you from valuable input. The sweet spot is when you've made enough progress to feel confident in your direction, but still have room to benefit from feedback. This balance allows you to maintain momentum while leveraging the insights of others. One practical way to implement this is by setting personal milestones. For each milestone you achieve, consider whether sharing it will add value to yourself or to others. If the answer is yes, go ahead and share. If not, keep it to yourself and continue working quietly. This approach ensures that your communication is intentional and aligned with your goals. Finally, let's address the importance of humility in all of this. Whether you choose to speak or stay silent, remember that your actions are what truly matter. Words can inspire, but actions create change. By staying focused on the work itself, you ensure that your goals are more than just ideas, they become reality. In summary, knowing when to speak and when to stay silent is a skill that requires mindfulness and intention. Share your progress, not your plans. Speak when it adds value, and stay silent when it protects your energy. By mastering this balance, you'll not only achieve your goals more effectively, but also inspire others with your quiet determination. 8. The quiet work ethic. Imagine a farmer planting seeds in a field. Do they announce each seed they plant, describing its potential to grow into a mighty tree or a bountiful crop? Of course not. The farmer knows that the true work happens beneath the surface, away from the eyes of the world. They focus on nurturing the soil, watering the seeds, and patiently waiting for them to grow. This simple, timeless analogy offers profound lessons for how we should approach our goals. Your ambitions are like those seeds. They need time, care, and consistent effort to flourish. But here's the catch: if you keep digging them up to show others what you're working on, they'll never take root. Sharing your goals prematurely is like exposing those fragile seeds to harsh elements before they're ready. It stunts their growth and puts their potential at risk. The quiet work ethic is about embracing the process of growth without the need for constant validation. It's about understanding that the most important work often happens behind the scenes, away from the applause and spotlight. This mindset requires discipline, patience, and a deep commitment to your vision. Let's break this down. When you announce your goals, you're essentially seeking approval or recognition. While this might feel satisfying in the moment, it doesn't contribute to the actual work required to achieve those goals. In fact, it can create a false sense of progress, making you feel like you've accomplished something simply by talking about it. On the other hand, when you keep your goals private, you're free to focus entirely on the work itself. There's no need to justify your actions or explain your decisions. You can experiment, learn, and grow without the fear of judgment or criticism. This freedom is incredibly empowering. It allows you to stay true to your vision even when the path is uncertain or challenging. The quiet work ethic also fosters resilience. When you're not constantly seeking validation from others, you develop a stronger sense of self-reliance. You learn to trust your instincts and persevere through setbacks without needing external encouragement. This resilience is crucial for achieving long-term success, as it allows you to weather the inevitable ups and downs of the journey. Another benefit of the quiet work ethic is that it minimizes distractions. When you're focused on the work itself, you're less likely to get sidetracked by irrelevant opinions or comparisons. You're not competing with anyone else or trying to meet their expectations. You're simply doing the best you can with the resources and knowledge you have. This clarity of purpose keeps you grounded and motivated, even when progress feels slow. But perhaps the most powerful aspect of the quiet work ethic is the element of surprise. When you let your results speak for themselves, you create a sense of mystery and intrigue. People are naturally drawn to those who achieve great things without constantly talking about them. By staying silent and working diligently, you build credibility and respect that words alone can't achieve. So how do you cultivate this quiet work ethic? Start by setting clear, actionable goals and breaking them into manageable steps. Focus on what you can control: your actions, your mindset, and your effort. Resist the urge to share your plans prematurely and instead channel that energy into the work itself. Another key is to create a routine that supports consistent effort. Like the farmer tending to their crops, you need to show up every day and put in the work, even when you don't see immediate results. This commitment to consistency is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who simply dream about them. Embrace patience. Growth takes time, whether you're cultivating crops or pursuing a personal ambition. Trust the process and remind yourself that the results will come when they're ready. In the meantime, focus on becoming the kind of person who deserves to achieve those results, someone who works quietly, diligently, and with unwavering determination. The quiet work ethic isn't about hiding your goals or avoiding recognition. It's about prioritizing what truly matters. By focusing on the work itself and letting your actions speak for you, you not only increase your chances of success, but also inspire others with your example. So plant your seeds, nurture them with care, and trust that in time they'll grow into something extraordinary. 9. How to handle doubters. Let's face it, no matter how much effort you put into achieving something, there will always be doubters. People who question your methods, undermine your success, or dismiss your results. It's an unfortunate reality of life. But here's the good news: the moment you achieve your goal, their opinions won't carry the same weight as they once did. Why? Because success speaks for itself. To understand how to handle doubters, you must first understand where their doubt comes from. It often has little to do with you and everything to do with them. Some people doubt because they fear change. It challenges their own beliefs and forces them to confront areas in their lives where they've fallen short. Others doubt out of envy because your progress reminds them of their stagnation. And then there are those who doubt simply because they can't imagine themselves achieving what you're aiming for, so they project their limitations onto you. The first step in handling doubters is recognizing that their opinions are not your truth. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your goals, your methods, or your progress. Your job is to focus on the work, not the noise around it. When you're deep in the process of building something meaningful, you don't have time to entertain the doubts of others. Here's an important principle to remember: you can't convince someone with words, but you can prove them wrong with results. Imagine a builder standing next to an unfinished house. If the builder spends all their time explaining how great the house will look when it's done, they're not building, they're defending. But if they keep working, the finished house will be all the proof they need. Doubters are like that audience standing outside the construction site. You don't need to explain yourself to them. Just finish the house. Of course, doubters don't only appear after you've achieved something. They're often present from the beginning. They'll tell you your ideas won't work, that your goals are too ambitious, or that you're wasting your time. This can be discouraging, especially if the doubt comes from people you care about. But remember, the doubt of others doesn't define your potential. Only you can decide what you're capable of. When you encounter doubt, instead of reacting emotionally, let it fuel your determination. Use their skepticism as a reminder of why you started in the first place. Every time someone says you can't, take it as a challenge to prove them wrong, not through arguments, but through actions. Let their doubts become the background noise to the symphony of your success. Now let's talk about the moment you finally achieve your goal. What happens when you share your success, only to have someone downplay it or dismiss it? It's tempting to argue, to defend yourself, or to seek validation. But here's the truth: you don't need their approval. By the time you've achieved what you set out to do, their opinions become irrelevant. Think about it like this: if you've climbed a mountain and someone at the base tells you the view isn't worth it, does their opinion matter? Of course not. You've been to the summit. You've seen the view. Their doubt doesn't diminish your experience. This doesn't mean you should disregard all feedback or criticism. Constructive criticism from trusted mentors or peers can be incredibly valuable. But there's a big difference between someone offering genuine advice and someone projecting their insecurities onto you. Learn to distinguish between the two and focus on the feedback that helps you grow. Finally, remember to celebrate your success for what it is: a testament to your hard work, discipline, and perseverance. Whether doubters acknowledge it or not, your achievement is real. And the most satisfying way to handle doubt is to continue succeeding, not out of spite, but because your journey is worth it. The next time you encounter doubters, thank them silently. They're giving you an opportunity to strengthen your resolve, refine your focus, and build a foundation that no amount of skepticism can shake. Let your results be your response, and let their doubt fade into the background as you move forward. 10. Turning silence into a habit. Silence isn't just a strategy, it's a discipline. And like any discipline, it takes practice to master. If you're someone who's used to sharing your plans, the idea of staying silent might feel uncomfortable at first. But with time and intentionality, you can turn silence into a powerful habit, one that protects your energy, sharpens your focus, and accelerates your progress. The first step in building this habit is awareness. Start by paying attention to the moments when you feel the urge to share your plans. Ask yourself, why do I want to share this? Is it because you're genuinely seeking feedback or collaboration? Or is it because you're looking for validation? Being honest with yourself is crucial here. Recognizing the difference between seeking value and seeking approval is the foundation of this practice. Once you've identified your motivations, pause and reflect. Silence isn't about suppressing your thoughts or keeping secrets, it's about being intentional with your words. Before you share your plans, consider whether doing so adds value to your journey. Will it help you move closer to your goal? Or will it distract you from the work at hand? Here's a simple exercise to help you get started the next time you're about to share your plans. Write them down instead. This creates a private space for you to process your thoughts without external influence. Over time, this practice will help you build the discipline of self-reflection, allowing you to make decisions with clarity and confidence. Another way to cultivate silence is by setting boundaries around your communication. For example, instead of announcing your goals on social media or discussing them with acquaintances, reserve those conversations for a trusted inner circle. These are the people who understand your vision, respect your process, and provide constructive feedback. By being selective about who you share with, you create a supportive environment that nurtures your growth. It's also helpful to reframe the way you think about silence. Many people view silence as a void, a lack of connection or engagement. But in reality, silence is a space for creativity, focus, and growth. When you choose silence, you're not withdrawing from the world, you're creating room for your ideas to take shape and flourish. Turning silence into a habit also requires patience. Habits aren't formed overnight, they're built through consistent effort and repetition. Start small. For instance, commit to staying silent about one specific goal for a week. During that time, focus on taking actionable steps toward that goal without sharing your intentions with others. At the end of the week, reflect on what you've accomplished and how it felt to keep your focus inward. As you practice silence, you'll notice a shift in your mindset. You'll become more self-reliant, relying on your own validation rather than seeking approval from others. This independence builds confidence, making it easier to stay committed to your goals, even in the face of doubt or uncertainty. One of the most powerful benefits of silence is that it sharpens your focus. Every time you choose not to share your plans, you're redirecting your energy toward the work itself. This concentrated effort accelerates your progress, allowing you to achieve more in less time. But silence isn't just about what you don't say, it's also about what you do. By focusing on action instead of words, you become someone who delivers results. This transformation doesn't just benefit you, it inspires others. When people see your success, they'll be more likely to follow your example, creating a ripple effect of positive change. Over time, the discipline of silence will become second nature. You'll no longer feel the need to announce your plans or seek validation from others. Instead, you'll approach your goals with quiet determination, confident in your ability to succeed. So start small. The next time you feel the urge to share your plans, pause and reflect. Ask yourself, am I sharing this because it adds value or because I need approval? By practicing this discipline consistently, you'll turn silence into a habit, one that empowers you to achieve your goals with focus, clarity, and unwavering determination. The moment you stop talking and start doing, you'll notice a shift. Your energy will feel different, more focused, more intentional. That's the power of silence. It's not about hiding, it's about working smarter. Let your results make the noise. In a world where everyone wants to be seen and heard, being quiet about your plans can feel counterintuitive. But remember, success isn't about the noise you make, it's about the impact you create. Protect your dreams, focus on the work, and let your actions speak louder than words ever could.